Apiculture. Apiculture or beekeeping is the commercial rearing of domesticated species of honeybees in apiaries for honey and wax. In India, apiculture is now very popular not only for the production of honey and wax but also for the pollination of some flowering cultivars. Major honey producing states: Punjab, Haryana, UP, Bihar, and West Bengal. The major honey producing areas of South India: Konkan area, South Canara, North Canara, Hassan, Coorg, Shimoga, and Nilagiri. Appliances and accessories of beekeeping: beehive, comb foundation, queen excluder, uncapping knife and honey extractor, equipment for handling bees. Beehive. It is a habitation or dwelling place constructed for bees, usually either dome shaped or box shaped. In India, four kinds of beehives are in common use. There are wall hives, movable hives, Langstroth hives, Newton hives. First two are crude traditional and used by aborigines and village folks. The last two are frame type hives used in commercial apiaries. Wall hives. These are the rectangular recesses made on the house walls to be used by bee colonies. Movable hives. These are the scooped out or hollowed out logs, empty wooden boxes, mud receptacles, earthen pots, and similar household utensils used for housing bee colonies. They also have an entrance hole on the one side and a large exit hole on the opposite side. Advantages of traditional fixed and movable hives. It is very easy and least expensive to make. They can be made using local materials. Wall hives provides protection from the extremes of temperature. For bees, conventional hives are more convenient to colonize than frame hives. Disadvantages of traditional hives. Colonization of the hives by bees is more a matter of chance. Honeybees cannot be protected from enemies. Extraction of honey by squeezing kills large number of bees. Honey extraction damages or destroys combs. Periodic inspection, cleaning of hives, frequent monitoring of colonies are not possible. The bee colonies cannot be moved from one place to another. The third one is Langstroth hives. It is multi-storied movable frame hives. It is also known as American hives. The major components of Langstroth hives: hive stand, bottom board, hive body, hive frames, hive roof, dividing grid. Hive stand. It is a four-legged wooden box upon which the hive body rests. Bottom board or floor board, the hive bottom. It is a rectangular wooden platform or tray into which tightly fits the hive body. Hive body. It is a multi-storied main and middle part of the hive. Its successive stories are called nest stories. The first story, brood chamber or brood box. Remaining upper stories are supers, honey chambers or magazines. Hive frames. Rectangular wooden frames with a bottom bar, a top bar of two side bars. In the hive, they are spaced a little apart from each other with a gap between adjacent frames called bee space. In some cases, this spacing is accomplished by increasing the width of the upper third of the side bars. Such self-spacing frames are called Hoffman self-spacing frames. In others, the top bar is fitted with spacing devices called staples. Such frames are called staple-spaced frames. Hive roof. Roof is the flat cap of the hive. Roofing protects the bee colony from solar overheating, rains, etc. This is an opening in its center for bees escape. So ceiling is often called bee escape board. Dividing grid. It is used for the brief isolation of the queen in one of these stories. Newton hives. These are multi-story frame hives especially designed for planes. Geolicut hives. Box type hive which is kept hanging from the wall of houses. It may have as many as 8 frames in each chamber. Double walled hive. These hives are made double walled on all the 6 sides. The inside of such hives would be warm in winter and cool in summer, and very rarely or seldom moisture undergoes condensation inside. Double walled hives are difficult to handle since they are large and heavy. Some accessories required. First one, comb foundation. It is a sheet of pure beeswax upon which the base of comb cells are embossed. Queen excluder. It is a special device used to confine the queen to the brood chamber of the hive so that the honey collected from the supers will be pure, free of brood. Feeders. These are the appliances used for breeding the bees with sugar syrup. Uncapping knife. Before extraction of honey cappings, have to remove with the help of an uncapping knife. Honey extractor. It is mechanical equipment for extracting honey without damaging honeycombs. Equipments for handling bees. Bee veil, gloves, smoker, overall, hive boots, hive tool, bee brush. Uncapping knife, wire embedder, comb cutter, bee feeder, queen cage and swarm bag. Acquisition of bees. The first and foremost step in apiculture. Catching of wild swarm, giving a swarm, transfer of bee colonies, transfer from a wall hive, transfer from a log hive. Catching of wild swarm. A wild swarm settled on a tree branch can be collected in a basket or open box in different ways. Second one, hiving of a swarm. The swarm already collected in is subsequently transferred to a hive that contains a few brood frames in the brood chamber. This is usually done in the evening. After hiving, the bees settle down in their new home and begin their routine work. Transfer of bee colonies. Sometimes bee colonies are transferred from primitive types to hives to modern types. Transfer from a wall hive. It involves the transfer of entire comb and the whole colony of bees. Transfer from a log hive. It involves the same procedure as in the transfer from a wall hive. Location of the apiary. Essential prerequisites for an ideal apiary are abundant blossom flora near around, shady flat terraced or slightly sloping land with proper drainage facilities, availability of clean water, smooth and breezy air circulation without strong wind, accessibility through roads and railways. Apiary management. Apiary management involves several measures. Some of them are frequent inspection of the hives to take stock of the conditions of the colony and the queen, quantity of the brood, etc. Cleaning the surroundings and impregnation of insecticides on the hive stand. Timely extraction of honey. Artificial feeding of the colony with sugar syrup during unfavorable dark period. Shifting of the colony to shady places and providing them sufficient ventilation to reduce heat. Replacement of old queen by new one. Merger of weak colonies with strong ones. Control of swarming. By killing the old queen, by placing a wire entrance guard at the entrance of the hive. Providing well-drawn combs for honey storage and brood rearing. Making the surplus bees work in honey chambers instead of allowing them to loaf in the brood chamber. Bee pasturage. Pasturage is referred to as the vegetation of the flowers and plants that are available near the beehive so that the bees can feed on the nectar. Simply, it is the flora from which honeybees can collect nectar, pollen, and bee glue. It plays a very important role in apiculture, that is, the rearing of honeybees for bee wax and honey production. Major source of nectar: cotton, tamarind, neem, drumstick, eucalyptus, etc. Major source of pollen: maize, sorghum, rose, castor, sweet potato, brinjal, tea, hemp, etc. Source of both pollen and nectar: banana, plum, berries, cherry, apple, coconut, guava, mustard, mango, coffee, onion, etc. Thank you.